The craziest of all the crazies is about to go on. I mean, like, and everybody's looking at it crazy, right? Hold on a second. I can't barely see if I don't have my glasses on. Let's see. That's better, right? And everybody at Grandmama is busy trying to run another thing. Okay, so but anyways, hey, it's up to you. Before we do anything else, hey, don't forget it, okay? Just click the like button. It only takes you a second, and also subscribe. We are trying to make it to 5,000 subscribers. Okay, so there we go. Let's get it done. What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Before we proceed, please understand that this, my friends, is not financial advice. You are more than free to do whatever you like with your money, and so am I. And that being said, let's grab a sip of coffee from my Kaspa Maxi mug. Yeah, everything, guys, definitely everything tastes better with Kaspa. Today we're about to do the same thing we do every day. First, you guys already know. We're about to look at market performance for the past 24 hours. Right after that, we'll check at prices in details. And once we're done with that, we will check on our positions. Are we buying Lambos yet? But before that, excuse me for a second. Okay, I had to set that down for a second. Okay, the easiest explanation always comes when you don't dig in, when you don't dig under the roof or under the carpet or anything else. And because you don't dig in, you miss these opportunities that present themselves left and right, up and down. You do that, and when you come to miss those opportunities, most people will look at it and be like, yeah, it's not gonna happen. Yeah, this is what's going on here. And you keep telling people, say, okay, how long have you been looking for money? Okay, man, you have different reasons. Some people just want to make little money and get the hell out, right? Others want to just make little money and then keep on working and just have savings accounts. Others, like me, I don't know which category you are, I'm trying to make money for my generations to come. I told you one day here on this channel, I told you I did not come from a millionaire family, and I will be damned if a millionaire family don't come from me. So I am going to do everything possible to have a descendant that is going to be a multi-millionaire. Maybe I will start by myself becoming a multi-millionaire. I know about a lot of people talking about, yeah, you have 30 Bitcoins, that should be enough. I don't know what word you leave. Because if you break it down correctly, okay, you are going to find out that 30 Bitcoins are worth nothing. Nothing. Seriously. What is Bitcoin right now? $94,000? Okay, look, check this out, okay? Maybe this will kind of open your mind. When I tell you something, it's because that's the way I think, okay? I have 30 Bitcoins times 90, what is it now? 93,000, I think it is. 93,000. $2.7 million. Okay, that's what you got. Now, imagine somebody like me who wants to put my money on autopilot. I want a big house. I have one right now, but I want a bigger one. Let's say a 5-bedroom house, because what we have right now is a 3-bedroom. So 5-bedroom in Houston, Texas, or somewhere in Texas will probably cost you what, $700,000. So you take that away from this $700,000, you're left with $2 million, right? You guys already know I love my Bentleys. There's no two ways about it. I want to have a Bentley when the time comes, okay? If I should have it today, Bentley right now, 2026 W2, a brand new one, costs you like what, $460,000, $500,000. They just say $500,000. What you got? 1.5, right? My kid is getting there, college, because I want to pay for my kid's college. I do not want my kid to go out there and have student loans and none of that nonsense. I don't want none of that. So let's say college plus university and everything else like that is going to cost me another 490 or 500,000. Let's say 500,000 to be on the safe side. $500,000. I'm left with $1 million. Okay. Now don't forget it. You have a house. It's gonna take taxes. It's gonna take maintenance. It's gonna take days. Let's just say each year the upkeeping cost of my house, a 5-bedroom, for example, is gonna be around what 70 or what $30,000. Okay. You take away $30,000 from it. That's what you have left, right? Now you be coming to something else, investments. Now you want to invest, you want to put your money on autopilot. You want to tell me that with $1 million, you can get stocks that are strong enough to pay you dividends that will make you leave without even work again? If you say yes, something is wrong with you. Because this, my friends, is not enough money. It's not enough. So yeah, you might have 30 Bitcoins, but this is not enough for you to retire. Go look at, for you to retire comfortably, you need to have at least $5 million in your pocket. And that is if you plan to live, okay? If you plan to live a normal life, like you are not going on a vacation every year, you are not doing this, you just have sitting home, you know, watch your kids grow, go to Walmart for groceries, you don't spend more on your clothing or nothing like that. So that is somebody who wants to retire that way. And still, $1 million is nothing. People like me, nah, that is not what I want to go. I've been through so much in my life that I will be damned to go that route. Hell to the no. I'm not going to do it. So yeah, we start looking at the markets, we start looking at the situation, macroeconomy, everything that's going on around us to look for those opportunities. And I keep telling you guys, you have to understand something. Kaspa, Quant, Jasmine, and Cash. You gotta look at that way. Because now, let's rewind. Macroeconomy, like I've been telling you, okay? The other day, the US decided enough was enough. They are going to throw stones at Venezuela. Everybody and their grandmama came out and said, yeah, you are throwing stones at them because you want the oil. Guys, it's not the oil. That's why I said at the beginning, you have to lift the carpet up. Because once you lift it up, you will start finding those big opportunities. It's not about the oil. It's about the US dollar. That is what it's all about. They're throwing stone at them. Why? One, Venezuela was doing some stuff, okay, with the Chinese people, doing some stuff with Putin issues, okay? Now you understand something. China, for example, they have the microchip, they have the rare earth, they have everything they need except for one big thing, oil. If they have oil, that means they can dominate, okay? And when you start doing that, when you start looking at it, these guys, they were busy, okay, transacting with Venezuelan oil, and they were telling Venezuela to do that in Chinese yuan, not in US dollars, Chinese yuan, right? So you start looking at it and you go like, okay. Now you are dealing with somebody who wants to throw stones with us. That is a no-no. Number two, you are trying to touch the US dollar, but with messing around with the trades. That is a no-no, not happening. So again, you can do anything you want to. And on top of that, you also have that since you are dealing with China and Russia, the strategic position of Venezuela being on the western part of the world, which is another hell to the no for the United States. Because if you look at the defense law, since the 1800s, they have always been that way. They never allow anything from the east to be on the western hemisphere of the planet. They never allow it. So those three things coming together, they're like, hell no. So if you look at it, number one, if you cut the oil supply to China, you cripple them. That means they cannot, they don't have another way out to try to get the oil. They can't control the prices of the oil. Okay, so as you can see, due to that move that the US made, China started dumping the US Treasury bonds again. Okay, so funny thing about all this, okay, give me a second. Yeah, sorry about that. Where were we? So due to that, okay, China doing that move again. We've seen it before. They have done it before. It is nothing new. What did the US do? They started buying back those treasury bonds, and a lot of people still not having their feet on the ground, not grasping what is happening. Everybody else still expecting for that money to get printed, and nobody's asking themselves the money they are using to buy those bonds, okay, just last month, where did it come from? The money they are injecting into the banking system, $40 billion every month, where did it come from? And now they're even talking about injecting $200 billion into the housing system. Where did it come from? On top of that, you can also see, okay, Japan, like I said here many times, Japan is rising its interest rates, which means they cannot absorb that money from the United States. Japan usually be the biggest place you could go and borrow money basically for free, but they are not doing it. So now, if you look at that macro picture, it's just a chase game played by the United States. You take over Venezuela, you stop Chinese advancing, because right now, if China has a lot of oil, their triangle is complete. Now they can now begin throwing stones at Taiwan, which again is a no-no to the United States, right? So one, you stop that. Second, you stop the Russian advancing, because right now Russia was using Venezuela as a way of shipping their oil to the rest of the world. Now that China is not, and the United States is in control of that, you can't do nothing about it. And another thing, they are saying US companies are going to go into Venezuela to start getting this oil out, right? So you kill all these birds in one shot. Why? Number one, if you start digging that oil out, okay, you control the prices of oil in the entire world, because Venezuela has the biggest oil reserve. And this oil reserve, these oil products are going to get traded again in what? US dollars. Did you get the point? Now, I can tell you right now, just by what I found out, just by digging, I can tell you now that the next one who is going to get stones thrown at is going to be Iran. Trust me, it's gonna be Iran who is gonna get those stones thrown at, because as you can see, Israel has already taken down their air defense. They have already done everything else ready for it. Next thing you're going to hear, Trumpicious Magicians gonna say, Iran, you're next. Because right now, Iran has no allies. Russia couldn't come in their help when the first wave happened. Right now, we are getting ready for it. And you guys gonna say, why Iran? Again, the US dollar. Iran is a strategic position meaning that little strip right there controlled by Iran, that coastline, I mean that little strip, 90% of the oil that moves around the world goes through that little black road. That's where it goes. And if the US controls it, bad news for China, bad news for Russia, bad news to everybody else who wants to raise their head. Again, it's not economy, it's currency. That's what they're doing. And now, if you add that up to the point of that, like they said, US treasuries are going to get paid to the stable coins. Okay. The next step of this, China is almost completely dumping all US bonds. But the US, as I can see, also have Chinese bonds, but they are not dumping them. Now, if you let loose of your leverage of your opponent, what else do you have on them? Nothing. So yeah, the US, China, they force them to dump the bonds. They buy them back with what money? Money that was printed back in the COVID era, right? Think about it. Again, you have to understand the opportunity laying in front of you. You have to understand it. Now, on the crypto side, okay, like we've said here so many times, and I am not gonna get tired of saying it. Generational wealth is right in front of you, smiling at you. 2025, 2026 is going to be the last time you have it this easy to become a multi-millionaire. Okay? Now, if you go on the crypto site, for example, you start looking at Kaspa. Look at the innovation of Kaspa. Just a couple of days ago, they announced Tangent Pay is coming. Tangent Pay, the only thing they're waiting for is for USDC to be added to Kaspa. Native Kaspa, not layer 2s, not layer 4s, none of that nonsense. Native Kaspas. And when that happened, again, I told you, everybody and their grandmama, be it Crashilandia, Solana, be it the dying one, Ethereum, you name it, what other chain, they're looking for institution money, right? They want the institution, the banks, the big government to come in and be the ones to bail them out, this and that. To invest in their thing and their things and stuff like that. But that is not where the money is. The money is on the microtransactions. The day-to-day, you and me going to the gas station, putting gas on my truck, okay? Getting some coffee for my Maxi mug. Paying for my son's food every day. The day-to-day money, that is where it is. And then you start looking at it, okay? Bitcoin was made to be peer-to-peer money. They unbanked. For you not to use the banks, or maybe minimal, use the banks minimal, because there's no way you can avoid it. You are always going to use the banks. Look at what Kaspa is achieving with Tangent Pay. Look at it. Just pause for a second and pay attention to this, okay? Now, all you have to do, you don't even need a bank account no more, okay? Visa is going to, listen, if you have, for example, if you have Kaspa and you want to spend it, all you have to do now, when the Tangent Pay comes out and is ready, the only thing you have to do is, okay, I want to spend 1,000 Kaspa. You convert that into USDC, and then you send it into your spending account within your Tangent wallet. No more need for you to send it to your bank account and do blah, blah, blah. No more. You're still going to pay taxes. That's okay, because when you go to any store, you're going to pay tax for it, right? But it goes straight into your spending account. And that's when your Tangent Pay comes live. Your Visa Tangent card. Take it, go to the store, pay, and it goes through. That, my friend, is where the money is. If that does not convince you, just a couple days ago, the KII, they announced Warp Core being already in function. And if you look, okay, worldwide, we do have over 250 or probably $300 trillion, okay, in transaction happening yearly. And that, my friends, that is where they are going to use for Warp Core, because now Kaspa is ISO 20022 compliant. Kaspa is not changing the banking. No, they are just making it better. That means banks don't have to upgrade to nothing. They don't have to change nothing. All they have to do is right now is apply blockchain to their whatever that they are doing. Kaspa is only going to be the rails that facilitate, okay? No matter what your government rules and regulations are, Kaspa is already following them. It's not like XRP or XLM or whatever, in which some countries it is accepted. In other countries, they are hell no. You don't meet our rules and regulations. You can't operate here. Kaspa meets it all. Therefore, if you go right now in the Bank of England, okay, which is one of the biggest banks in the world, they're already testing Warp Core. You see? 5 biggest banks in the world, 5 nations, and I will tell you, guys, I will be surprised if you go today and the banking system in the United States, they are not testing Warp Core, because it's happening, whether you like it or not. And you're going to sit here and bypass all this opportunity looking for meme coins. See? And then you go again. And when we talk about Kaspa here as being one of the biggest opportunity you would ever get, do not say you didn't know about it, because I am here every day trying to remind you of it. It is happening, and that is just the banking system. We are not talking about the gaming, because the gaming, if you talk to any developer, they will tell you, oh my God, if anybody should integrate Kaspa Pay into Fortnite or into anything else, like those of you who play FIFA, right? You buy stuff or whatever. If you integrate that, that is even another one. Okay? You go into the medical, you go into, there is AI, all of that. If you integrate, the one that works better with it is the Kaspa. It's the one that works better with it. And once everybody and development start to see that this is much more better than using Ethereum, than using Gracilandia, than using anything else, you will understand where the whole thing is moving. Again, look at Quant. Okay, Kaspa is the rails, gonna do this, blah, 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 yeah. But look at Quant. Some countries accept XRP, some countries don't accept it. Some countries accept Quant, some don't accept it. XLM and whatever, okay? So some banks, yeah, we will use Kaspa to facilitate, but the end point is, okay, this bank accept XRP, and this one accept this, and this one accept that. Okay, now you go. How do we do business with you? Since your bank doesn't accept XRP and mine accept XLM, how do you do business with them? That's where Quant comes in, right? The overledger, linking banks together. Quant does not do what Kaspa does. No, it links the banks together. So the opportunity, when you start to look at it, it is there in plain sight. And now everybody that grandmama, like I told you, the other day, this guy was asking me, like, okay, why do you say Cubic is a high risk, high reward? Again, I told and I say it again. AI is not what you think it is. Yes, it's going to change life. Yes, it's going to make things better. Yes, it's going to do this and that. But it's not what everybody's telling you it is. We are not going to wake up one morning and then Terminator 3 comes out and everything controlled by the AI, the doomsday. No, it's not going to happen. With a simple reasoning, that's why I told you, you have to sit back sometimes and think. Simple reason, how do the government work? Right? Simple reason, how do not just the government, the whole country, how does it work? With taxpayers, right? Look at what we're going through. Job market is doing bad. Look at how bad where things are. Job market picks up, things become very good for the government. They don't, their balance sheet is not expanded. They don't borrow so much and this and that, right? Therefore, the AI is going to come in. Yeah, they're going to make things better. Yeah, but guess what? The same model, like I told you the other day, I think it's going to be companies are going to have this AI being responsible. Like, let's say manufacturing, you have robots and humanoids that are doing this stuff, but they are going to be in charge with people. Like I can buy a humanoid to go to work for me while I'm home. Yeah, but I'm not going to get paid 100% like if I was doing it myself. It's probably going to be salary 70% or stuff like that. So I think that is where we are going with this thing. But on the meantime, the hype is there. And that's why I told you, pay attention to like the year 2000, right? Pay attention to 2008. Pay attention to 2021. And now you're looking at it. And every time when rich people, look at that, on all those years that I mentioned, rich people always try to dump their money on you. They try to dump it on you. That's what it is. It's not like they're dumping it. It's like they give you a taste, a feeling as if they're dumping it on you. But instead, you become the exit liquidity. It has happened. And this year, this 2026, the signs of that is those IPOs coming in. You have SpaceX IPO, you have ChatGPT IPO, you have Perplexity IPO, and nobody's stopping to ask themselves, why is Elon Musk trying to give me a share of his company? Why? Elon Musk has a lot of money. He doesn't need it. But he probably sees the economic crash coming. Therefore, like you guys, like I told you, Kaspa, Quant, Jasmine, Cash. That cash part does not make sense yet, but it's going to make a lot of sense very soon. SpaceX IPO goes live. A bunch of people buy. Elon Musk gets the money. He sells those shares, and he has a pile of cash sitting by. I'm telling you, that's what it is. Because he doesn't, why? How come he didn't have the IPO, all these years when the Tesla vehicles came out? when the Tesla homes came out, with all those things that came out that took the company by storm. Right now, it's about to do it because everybody knows, like, hey, macroeconomy is about to drop hot potatoes left and right. Therefore, you, my friend, you need the cash part. Okay? Me, for example, I'm not your financial advisor, but that's what I'm going to do. I see these opportunities. Look at macroeconomy. Look at the reason why these people are throwing stones at each other, trying to make sure that the macroeconomy does the work, right? Look at the way China is dumping the US treasuries. Not just only that, because everybody's saying, yeah, stock market is high, stock market is no, stock market is not high. It's not. What is happening is that if you look at the stock market, okay, let's say those of you that live in Europe, compare the stock market prices or growth in euros. Did you see that much growth? Nope. Compare stock market growth in Swiss francs. Do you see that much growth? Nope. Compare it in the Japanese yen. Nope. The only place that you see that the stock market grew so much is compared to the US dollar. And that, my friends, is because the dollar is losing strength. And because the dollar is losing strength, these guys, they don't want any other currency in the world to become the world's currency. They don't want that. So, my friends, again, it's all about the currency. It's all about the dollar. It's not the economy. Because if it was the economy, then yes, they would have printed money to oblivion. But because it's not about the economy, it's all about the dollar, they are not going to print. And again, right now they keep pushing it. We keep seeing Bitcoin trying, the crypto market trying, everything else trying to go up, but they are not letting it go. Therefore, when they let it go, which again, I still think we got to watch the market. Watch it 6 weeks to 2 months. You got to watch. Once they let it go, it's going to be a quick pop to the upside. And the way it went up that quick, that's the same way it is going to come crashing down as quick as possible. It's not going to be a mega bull run like everybody tells you. It's not going to be that. But anyways, if you don't want to see the opportunity, yeah, it's up to you. Me, I do me, and God bless America. That's what it is, okay? Anyways, let's go right quick. Let's go look at the market. Let's see how the market has been performing for the past 24 hours, okay? Look at our good friend, Crypto Bubbles. See? That's where we're going. Look at it again. You look at daily reset, green, weekly reset, monthly reset. I'm telling you, watch for the next 6 weeks to 2 months. Watch. Everything is looking nice. Oh well. Now, let's start first with King Kaspa, KAS. And we have here, for the past hour, laying flat, not moving. 3.2% up on the day, 5.1% down on the week, 6.3% up on the month, and 58.8% down on the year, sitting at a market cap of $1.29 billion and a 24 hours volume traded at 19.77. Guys, that volume is very low, okay? Very, very low. Anyways, now we go to the next one, which is QNT, the banker's coin, and the coin a lot of people love to hate. 0.3% up in the last hour, 2.5% up on the day, 2.8% down on the week, 2.3% down on the month, and 27.7% down on the year. Look at that yearly, right? We went from 30 something, now we're coming down, right? Sitting at a market cap of $1.10 billion and a 24 hours volume traded at 14.72. Again, that volume is very low, okay? Look at the cubic, okay? And let's see if they're still throwing stones at Monero. We have here 0.4% up in the last hour, 7% up on the day, 3% up on the week, 14.4% up on the month, and 70.8% down in the year. It is dropping from 77, now 70, right? Sitting at a market cap of $97.02 million and a 24 hours volume traded at $1.77 million. Look at Jasmine, the Japanese Bitcoin, and we do have here 0.1% up the last hour, 0.9% up on the day, 3.7% down on the week, 38.7% up in the month, and 71.7% down in the year. sitting at a market cap of $431.61 million, and a 24 hours volume traded at $36.18 million. That volume also still low, because we know Jasmine usually trade at $150 million trading volume. So something is brewing. Now we go look at Jonathan's pet turtle. He calls Bitcoin, and I call the orange guy. And let's see here. You see, I told you it's coming. We have 0.3% up on the last hour, 2.8% up on the day, 1.7% up on the week, 6.3% up on the month, and 0.2% down on the year. You see that yearly is about to turn positive. Guys, 6 weeks to 2 months. Anyways, we have here sitting at a market cap of $1.88 trillion and a 24 hours volume traded at $54.20 billion. Okay, so now let's go look at prices in details. Let's see what we got going on in that camp. Let's load up trading view. Overall, we do have here Dixie going up, Bitcoin going up. Oh well, it is what it is, right? Oh well, let's go with Kaspa. Yesterday I was telling you about this. Right now, look at this. Kaspa on the 1 hourly, we are approaching a critical level. But the first things first, we have the ribbon turning green, facing upwards. That's bullish momentum. But if you zoom out a little bit, you will find out that here Kaspa is forming a W. Okay, a W. And those of you who do technical analysis, you understand that W is a very bullish pattern, which we have 1, 2, and here we need to break that. Okay, once Kaspa goes above that 4.5 cents, it's time to go up. It's time to blow, which means will put us close to probably 5.5 thereabout, and the running begins. Okay, if you look at it on the, let's see, on the 4 hourly, we do have here the 1 hour has reset. 4 hour, I told you guys yesterday it was a fake out, right? Look at it. Now you see the ribbon red, but it is curving upwards. It has started to go too. It is curving upwards. The moving average is laying flat. Okay, everything is playing like we told, like I told you guys, it's going to go up. You just have to be patient. Okay, now is the time that you are on that after trade. Like I told you guys yesterday, if you took that trade, congratulations. If you did not, I don't know what to tell you. Now, if you look at it on the daily, you'll also see the same thing here. Okay, we always talk about it on this channel. Price always gets attracted to moving average. Price always does. Look at it right now. We are sitting at 6.5 cents. That's where the moving average is sitting. And yes, we have a major resistance right there. We need to see price, okay, go above that, use that as support and go up. If it doesn't do that, yeah, get ready for a little coming back down again to retest the previous support areas. But looking at what what Bitcoin is doing and the rest of the market, I think we are about to go up to there, up to that 6.5, 7 cents. That's what I'm thinking we are going to go. If you look at it on a weekly, there is not even need to do that. Like I told you, okay, everything is playing according to plan. Now, anything under 10 cents is nothing but noise. Nothing but noise. Above that, you do have 15 cents. You break that, 18, 19 cents, then all-time high, and before you know it, price discovery. So yeah, I am sitting tight. I'm watching this thing. I told you guys, I am watching this thing because on the short term, Kaspa is going to make me a lot of money. I don't know about you. Long term, I plan to be a multi-millionaire with Kaspa. Anyways, now, go look at coin QNT. Let's see the bankers coin, what we got from that one today. Bam, see? Like I told you. A lot of people are going to jump the bridge. I told you, we are not in the bear market. If you want to pay attention, great. If you don't, I don't know what to tell you. Look at Kaspa. The same thing. Ribbon has turned green. It just did, and it's going up. And just like I always tell you, price always gets attracted to moving average, and that's what's happening. Now, what I'm expecting this thing is to come back, use the ribbon as support, and up we went. Everything is going according to plan. 1 hour has reset. 4 hour is doing the same. Ribbon is curving, is going upwards. If you go look at the MACD and RSI, they are also showing you the bullish tendencies, right? Everything is going up normally, okay? Everything is playing according to plan. Now, once that 4 hour resets, then we start looking on the daily. We start looking at the daily, which again is going to do the same. Price right now is sitting around that 88, almost $89. That's what Quant is looking to do. So yeah, you want to sit here and cry about it, that's you. For me, still under $125. It's still nice. Above that, we are going to be looking at things like $151. Above that, we do have 164, which can lead us to 176. Between that and 230, there is not much resistance. We are going to see this thing fly to that. Once it conquers that, all-time high will be next. And before you know it, price discovery. So please pay attention to the market. 6 weeks to 2 months. Pay attention. They keep pushing it, but I don't think they have much time to keep on pushing it. Okay? Now, everybody is going to be telling you what they want to say. For me, I keep telling you, there is no point you do any analysis on Bitcoin. There is no point. Because Bitcoin is heavily, duply manipulated. See, I told you yesterday, didn't I? It's heavily manipulated. There is no way they're going to keep it down for long. They have to make money from it. And everybody and their grandmamas, they're telling you different. Now look, hourly, bullish, ribbon, green, facing upwards like crazy. Look at it on the 4 hourly. That is even the craziest part of it. Look at it on 4 hourly. See? The same thing. I kept telling you, do not look at the price going down. Just pay attention to that ribbon. And a lot of people did not do it. Right now, we are testing the all-time high. It breaks above it, it will keep running. Okay? Some people say, yeah, it's going to be a double top. Nah, I don't think so. Because when you look at on the daily, you see. Look at what the daily is doing. Ribbon is squeezing. It's about to turn green, and by the time this thing turns green, we'll be looking at that $104,000 or $105,000. So Bitcoin is heading to the right way, the way they want it to go, and there is nothing you or me can do about this. Like I told you, I think they're gonna pump this thing to that 150, 160,000, thereabout, maybe a little bit above it. But let's watch and see. We have 6 weeks to 2 months to determine whether they're going to push it further, or then maybe that's going to be the top and time to close the market and time to close the shop, right? But it's up to you. I'm not your financial advisor. You do you, I do me, and God bless America. Okay? Anyways, let's go right quick. Let's go look at my positions. But before we do that, my friends, like I usually say, please stay away from leverage trading, because leverage is the easiest way you can lose your money. But if you want to try it, yeah, down below I do have the links. Bydfi, Phemex, Wix, and Margex in that order. Sign up, meet their deposit requirements, and they're going to give you free money. You get the free money, take $20 out and practice. If you can turn $20 into 40, 40 into 80, 80 into 100, so on and so forth, then you are ready. If you cannot do it, keep on practicing. Because if you don't practice, my friend, they always have space for one more in Rec City. And I hope that one more is not you. That's what I hope. Okay? Anyways, now let's go right quick. And oh, before I forget, I also have Acorn. Like Acorn, there's a link down there. You don't need to meet no deposit requirement. Just follow that link, sign up, and they're going to give you $5. You get $5, that's the beginning. Then you can you begin your investment adventure. Because I'm telling you, this wealth transfer, generational wealth transfer, is happening. With or without you. I'd rather be with you, not without, okay? Anyways, now let's go look at my positions. First, we're going to look at Bydfi, which you guys already know. I'm trading King Kaspa, Quant, and Jasmine, right? My overall today, let's refresh this right quick, sitting at $8,900, almost $9,000, okay? If you look at my contracts, you will see that here, my Kaspa, I am up $400. He's doing his thing. Oh well, on my Jasmine, I am still up $2,800 approximately, and on my Quant, I am still down $4,500. You can pause it and you can look at my numbers. I trade at 50x and I do not use stop loss. That's me. That's the way I trade. Please don't do it like me if you don't have a clue on what you're doing. Okay, now we go look at Phemex. On Phemex, I'm trading King Kaspa, Jasmine, Quant. Okay, my overall today sitting at $5,300. You can see it. Let's refresh it right quick. Let's see what we got. Yeah, 5,300. If I go into my contracts, you will see that here on my Jasmine, I am still up $2,600 in profits. Okay, on Kaspa, I'm sitting at $351 in profit, and on Quant, it is $142 in profit. The same thing like Bydfi. I trade at 50x and I do not use stop loss. That's me. Okay, please don't do it if you don't know what you're doing. You can pause it and look at the numbers. Now, last but not the least is Wix. On Wix exchange, I'm trading King Kaspa, Jasmine, Quant, and Cubic. Okay, as you guys can see, let's refresh. My overall $2,700. Okay, if you look at my contracts, you see that here. Let's see. On Jasmine, I am up $224. Okay, not bad. And you look at Cubic, I'm sitting at $60. It's moving. Okay. You look at Quant, it's at $58. That's also nice. And you look at my Kaspa, sitting at $288 in profit. So yeah, I told you guys, 6 weeks to 2 months. Let's watch and see. Maybe they're not going to push it any further. Let's see what the macroeconomy says. Let's see what people say, if they're going to still trying to throw stones at each other or not. Now, last one is going to be Acorn. Acorn I'm using to teach my son how to trade on stock market and ETFs. So yeah, you can do the same if you want to. Now, if you open it, you will see that here, Tuesday, wow, that boy is up $762. See that? He's just 9 years old, and if he can do it, you can also do it. Okay, so yeah, I'm teaching him how to do that. So 762, if you look at his account, his investments, we can see that here we do have 4.43% up. That's nice. On stocks and ETFs, VOO, which is S&P 500, $357. IJH, medium companies, $45. IJR, small companies, $22.93. And IXUS, which is international companies, we are there, $182. On bonds and ETF, we only have the short-term bonds, the ISTB, $45. And we also have US aggregate bonds, the AGG, $107. So yeah, I am very proud of this boy because like yeah, I really like it. I like that he's picking it up. I like that he's having interest in this, and that shows me that yeah, maybe by the time he's 20, he'll be way better than me when I was 20, right? Excuse me. Anyways, thank you very much guys for watching out my video, for watching my videos, and please do not forget to subscribe. Okay, I'm trying to make it to 5,000 subscribers. Also, don't forget to give you a like. Drop me it only takes you a second, right? Drop a like and drop a comment. If you don't have anything positive to say, drop me an emoji, okay? And that will count too. And also don't forget to share so that other millionaire-minded attitude like you and yours truly, we all can see these videos and the family can grow. Until I see you in my next one, please take very good care of yourselves, okay? Bye-bye.